One of the aspects of the Sunnah that is fascinating, and part of the fascination is the fact that the Dajjal is not mentioned clearly in the Quran. Some of the scholars have found implicit verses, but there is no actual mention of the word Dajjal in the Quran, al-maseeh al-dajjal. But there are many hadiths in which the Dajjal is mentioned. And the Prophet ﷺ said in a hadith where he talks about the 5 things that human beings wait for, wealth, al-ghina al-mutghi, the wealth that people transgress, and sudden death, and sickness, and doting old age. The last one he mentioned, the Masih al-Dajjal. The Masih al-Dajjal that will come at the end of time. Sharru fitnatin yuntadhar. This is the evilest of all of the tribulations that is being waited for. The Prophet ﷺ told us in a hadith, I have mentioned no prophet has come except that he warned his people of the Dajjal. There's no prophet. From all of the prophets, some say 124,000, Allahu Alam with their number. There's no prophet except that he warned his people of the Masih al-Dajjal. And he says, but I will tell you something about the Masih al-Dajjal that no prophet was given. This information, no prophet was given this information before me. And he said that he is a'war. He is one-eyed, and your Lord is not one-eyed. This is an extraordinary piece of information. He is one-eyed, and your Lord is not one-eyed. And this is the definitive statement about the Masih al-Dajjal, because this is the contribution of the Prophet ﷺ in warning his ummah about the nature of al-Masih al-Dajjal. The Christians have a tradition of what they call the Antichrist. And the word anti in Greek means instead of, as well as opposed to. It means instead of or in place of. Christos in classical Greek means the anointed one. The ulama have debated about what it means that the Eesa ﷺ is called al-maseeh. Some say it means because he traveled. He was an itinerant. He never stayed in one place at one time. He was a messenger who went to different places constantly. Where he was in Palestine, he moved about, and he never took an abode as a permanent resting place. Part of the, and I want to talk about that later, but just to look at this linguistic analysis of the word Masih al-Dajjal. Some of the Muslims called it later Masih al-Dajjal, which is from Masikh. The Masih, which is in the hadith, Masih al-Dajjal. The Masih can also mean an anointed one, which has the idea that the Greeks took Christos from the Jewish concept of the Messiah. That there would one be coming, the Jews believed that there would be a Messiah that would come and bring them the truth towards the end of time. Eesa a.s. when he came, as we know, he was rejected. In the Quran, that a group of Bani Israel believed in Eesa a.s. and a group of Bani Israel disbelieved in Eesa. So this is a clear indication from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Eesa a.s.'s message, first of all, was to Bani Israel. Eesa a.s. is not a universal prophet. He was sent specifically to Bani Israel as a reformer. He was sent with some additions, addendums to the Torah. مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنِ يَدَيَّ مِنَ التَّوْرَةِ. I am confirming what I have with the Torah, which is the book that was given to Musa a.s. So he confirmed the book, but he has some changes.